Hi, I'm Michael Mendoza, and today we're going to be doing some basic knife cuts. I have here my potato, and we're going to start with the bâtonnet. This one right here, the biggest one. So, first thing I'm going to do is, since this is round, you can't cut things around, so I'm going to get a square, just make a flat end right there. Keep my waist on there. And we're just going to square it off. Now, it says here the dimensions we have to get to, so I'm going to make sure I have my height right, which is about right. So now I'm going to go ahead and make planks to this with the same thickness. A little bit off. Now I take it like that, make it a little bit more straight. See, we have here the little matchsticks, batons. Made mine a little bit long. Can trim that up. Okay. Bâtonnet. And then for the rest, I would just go in the same way, going making my planks. And then from there, if I wanted to do a small dice with these, I would just line them up. Just get nice square cuts. Alright, going on to the next vegetable. Now we have our carrot here. I've already peeled it off and gotten rid of the ends so it's more even. Now we're going to be doing a julienne, and so we're going to see here our measurement for the julienne. So first thing we're going to do, same thing with the potato, you can't cut things that are round. So first I'm going to get it to a workable length, and this is the right way to do it. Just go straight down, and go flat edge, it's not going to move at all. My dog's trying to see what I'm doing. Go lay down. Do the same thing with the other sides, nice flat sides. It's not going to go anywhere, and it'll make your cuts more even. Put that in my waste bowl. Now we have it. Nice flat sides. So I'm going to go ahead and make my planks very thinly. Should be good. Now I have my planks. Let's see this one. And we're going to do our julienne, which is 1/8 or 1/6. I mean, go down like that. Nice thin long planks. Do another one. Now we have our julienne here, julienne carrots. They're a little long though. Let me trim them so they fit in. Still a little long. That one was curved though, so. Our julienne. Stick one. This one was curved. There we go. Right there. And now we can do our small dice on these. Just make sure they're all even lined up. Take a couple away so I don't. Okay. We're gonna wait till my dog finishes drinking water. Oops, one thing at a time. And here we go, our small dice on the carrots. And our juliennes, from our juliennes. Go. It's hard to show in the camera. Could go a little bit finer on these, but that's the small dice on the carrots from julienne. Now we're gonna move on to onion, and then we'll do tomato concassé. All right, so now we have our onion. We're gonna do small dice. We're gonna leave the root end on, which is this part, and we're gonna cut off the other side. So first thing I'm going to do, nice flat end, straight down the root end. Now we have this half, and thereon, take out this layer of skin. Now, we would go, since we're going to use the tip of our knife for this part, vertically, not all the way through, only up to just underneath the root end, so slashes like that. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now that we have our vertical cuts, to get them even smaller, we can go this way. And the more times you do it, the smaller the dice will be. So we're going to go in. It's a little bit high up for the counter. Making sure we don't hit our fingers. And now we just go straight down. And the reason why we don't get rid of the root end is because when you get to this part, usually it would just crumble apart, but since this root end's here, we can just keep cutting, and the only thing that will be wasted, if I can get my fingers on this, it's still kind of hard to get your fingers on this last part. There we go. Only thing wasted is just this little bit at the end. I can even take this out. And here we have our small dice from half of the onion. Alright, so now we're doing tomato concassé. First thing you want to do, take your paring knife, make a little bit of an incision on the top, away from the root end, and it's a little X. Now I have my ice bath set up, and some water boiling. So when that comes up to a boil, we're going to blanch it for a couple seconds, pull it out, shock it in the ice water, and then we're going to peel the skin off. Okay, so we just blanched our tomato here, so I'm going to go ahead and... The X that we made in the beginning helps because I can just unpeel it like a banana. Like a banana. There we go. Just go around, get rid of all that skin. Helps to dunk it back in sometimes. Get rid of all that skin. This part's a little tricky here. Now that we have our tomato de-skinned, we can start by cutting it up. This side right here is a little bit bruised or something, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Straight down the middle. We'll just do half. And this side looks fine. There you go. We're basically quartering it. And now we can take our paring knife, just remove the seeds right there and that white part right here in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and take the back and just scrape out all the rest of those seeds. There we go. Same thing on this side now. Take a little bit more off here. Alright, now that we have our tomatoes here already, I'm going to start by going lengthways on both sides. I'm going to turn this to the side and dice it up straight on through. And here we go, our tomato concasse. Nice little diced piece of tomato. Now we're going to do our parsley. Now we have our parsley here, already picked. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start chopping through it. Get it nice and small. And once we get it to the right size, it's just about there, we're going to take our cheesecloth here, open that up, and just take all the parsley. Close that up to a little sachet. I don't really have to tie it because I'm just taking this, washing it out, squeezing it all out, and here is our parsley. Alright, lastly here we have our orange. We're going to be doing our orange supremes. So I'm going to start by making myself a flat side, always. Waste bowl here. Then I'm going to go around get the flesh. Get the flesh off. This is where we want to get to. I have to go over the white parts again. You want to be careful not to actually cut too much of the actual flesh. So I'm going to go through, get this side too. Make waste. Alright, so now that I've gotten rid of pretty much all of the white flesh and the outer rind, I'm going to go in and see these segments and just take out each segment, each of the orange supremes. I'm just cutting on both that side, each side of the orange, and then I go back in, get from underneath. Should pop right out like that. That's one orange supreme. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more. Make sure you don't get any of that membrane in it, just the flesh. See, like that? You want to go over. All that stuff you don't want in there. It's a little bit more bitter. And there you go. Those are orange supremes. I already did half the orange. So that's all the basic knife cuts that we have for today. Thank you for watching.